Alright, guys, so let's hear one of my favorite Valentine slashers. Valentine. Came out in 2001, rated R, it's an hour and 36 minutes. The cast is absolutely extensive. We have Denise Richards as Paige Prescott. We have David Boreanaz as Adam Carr. We have Marley Shelton as Kate Davies. We have Jessica Capshaw as Dorothy Wheeler. We have Jessica Coughley as Lily Voigt. We have Katherine Heigl as Shelley Fisher. And then we have Fulvio Cesari, I apologize, as Detective Leon Vaughn. We have Daniel Cosgrove as Campbell Morris. We have Johnny Whitworth as Max Rumini. We have Woody Jeffries as Brian, and Adam J. Harrington as Jason Marquette. Now, the whole film is, it's about Valentine's Day. It's about finding, the one true love for you. Now, we kind of get this whole film thrown at us where we kind of, it's at it's a middle school dance. And this kid is kind of geeky, kind of weird. His name is Jeremy. I can't even speak. His name is Jeremy Melton, and he's just trying to, he's just trying to have a good time, and so he asks all these girls, hey, do you want to, have a dance? And all of these girls, he asks Paige, she's a bitch. He asks Kate. Kate says maybe, And so then he asks Shelley, she's a bitch. Ask Lily, she's a bitch. So it's like he wants to have a good time. And so he finally asks Dorothy, and she says yes. And so everything's going great. And they end up behind the bleachers, and they're making out. And now all these kids are making fun of Jeremy. And I guess they were making fun of Dorothy at that point, too. And so instead of Dorothy, being a stand-up person and being like, hey, this is what I wanted to do, she accuses Jeremy of forcing the issue. And Jeremy ends up being stripped and in front of the whole class, and that's the end of that story. We get, we fast forward, I don't know, it doesn't even specify how many years, but we fast forward it, and we end up seeing all these girls are still friends, and we go straight to Shelley Fisher. And, she ends up being killed by somebody in the mask that was the same mask from when they were in middle school. Now, this film is absolutely insane. The kills are crazy. The twists and turns you don't see coming. This is one of probably the most underrated slashers that I've ever seen. And actually, conveniently, no shocker here, my sister Keisha got me into watching this. Now, you're going to sit here and you're going to think that it's probably a little boring, but it's not by any means. With so many of these actors, they were young in 2001. And a lot of them, they're not big names anymore. But, when you see the chemistry between, Denise Richards and Marley Shelton and Katherine Heigl, and all the other girls, it's like, you sit there and you go back and forth of, I hope she gets killed, or I hope she survives. And then you have Adam just off to the side, and it's like, so in this film, Adam has a drinking problem, and he's with Kate, and he's trying to reinvent himself. And there's just so many twists and turns that you guys really need to check this out. Sadly, there is no place to watch this. And IMDb gave it a 4.9 out of 10, which is absolutely, it's a slap in the face, because this is one of the best films, that's come out of the slasher franchise, and it needs to be talked about more, and it needs more credit, and it's crazy, because you look at a slasher film and you see the red herrings. There were so many red herrings in this film that I couldn't figure out who the killer was before it was too late. And maybe you'll deal with that like I did, but I would highly suggest finding a way to watch this, because it is one hell of a good slasher. But maybe you've already seen it. Let me know what you think.